Secretly the best podcast out there right now. Everyone else is too aware. What's happening right now, everyone in comedy, all these podcasts you listen to, they're too aware. They don't do anything. They don't screw up enough. They're too aware. They're overthinking everything. Logan Paul and his gang, they don't know nothing. So they're saying I knew this was going to happen. We're finally there. This episode was amazing. This is homework. I'm going to sign this podcast to all of you. This is his latest podcast. It's called Logan Paul Addresses Going Gay Controversy with Josh Searfried. Okay? And it's his latest. It's episode 26. Watch the whole thing. 52 minutes. You will love this. We're going to show you some choice clips, though. Okay. From today. So, does 3:30 explain what happens?
He explains.
Should I explain?
He explains the controversy
at 3:30?
Right at the beginning.
Okay.
And then 3:30.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to follow him. I think I'll just explain it. So, on one of Logan's past podcasts, you might have seen this in the news. On his past podcast, he said, "Yeah, we're gonna go gay for a month." Yeah, the month of what month was it? March?
Male only March.
He goes, male only. We're going to do male only March. And for the month of March, we're going to go gay. And Twitter exploded and the news exploded. And there was article after article with Logan Paul thinks being gay is a choice. Mocks the gays, says he's going to go gay. And they were flipping out. And they went after him. So Logan Paul snaps back. He invites a gay on his show. And does this. Wait till you see what he does. The whole LGBTQ community was after him for this, okay? For saying, I want to go gay for a month. They will not allow it. So watch and see how he handled this. You're going to love these clips. Let's start at 3:30 here. And he's got this gay guy on who's coming on to explain to Logan why this was offensive to the gay community. And why it's wrong to say you're going to go gay for a month. Okay? Let's watch.
Is Air Force veteran, yacht master, author, and inventor of mustard, Josh Searfried.
Love mustard. Love your work with mustard.
I love mustard too.
Great
Low
job.
calories, no calories.
It's really just phenomenal all around. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing well.
Yo, so you're from DC.
I am. I live there right now.
You flew in just for this.
Just for 48 hours.
What did I just say about DC, folks? See?
Just for this.
Let's go, bro. I wish I was at 100% for you. I have like a list. I can barely talk right now. Have you ever gotten your tonsils out?
I have not gotten my tonsils out, but I've had tons of dental work done. Like half my teeth are fake.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, never get your tonsils
Don't do
out.
it, yeah.
This shit is a bitch, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming. Thanks
for having
for joining us on Impaulsive today. Hopefully we can get some education today from you. And I undersold you there a bit on the intro. Can you elaborate on some of the cool stuff you've done for the LGBTQ community?
Yeah, absolutely. So I joined the Air Force about 9 years ago.
6 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so now you see who the guest is. Well, let's hear. What does he do for the LGBT community? Because this guy's serious. You got to know how serious this gay guy is before we continue. So let's hear him out.
Or 10 years ago, and I had a pretty untraditional path. Within 4 months, I was blackmailed by an instructor for being gay through my whole career
in the military.
In jeopardy. And when my career was going down, I decided to do something about it. So I organized the LGBT community in a hidden social network that grew to thousands of people. And when we started to work on the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the Pentagon and the White House would actually work with us to help repeal and implement the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I think most importantly is that during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the LGBT community felt alone. When they're at a base in Afghanistan or Iraq, there's no one they could talk to. Right. And when we started to connect them via social media, they, for the first time, could talk to each other.
So, serious guy. He's done some serious work for the LGBTQT community. And let's see how Logan handles this guy. Let's see what Logan says. So we're going to jump to 6:10 here and watch this.
I am a huge proponent of the LGBTQ community, again, believe it or not, and I always have been. And so I think I'm very comfortable with this subject. So you're openly gay, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So Mike was, yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Surprise.
So did my comment offend you personally?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think one of the reasons it offended me is that I watch some of your stuff on YouTube, but my brothers are 11 and 14 years younger than I am, and they love you. And, they don't watch me on CNN or MSNBC, but they watch you. And so when they see you making a joke about being gay or going gay for a month, it affects them. You are a person that sets the tone of what is acceptable to make a joke.
I want to butt in here. Why is this, and it has been for a long time, I really need some clarification here. Why are the gays offended by this idea of being gay is a choice? Because that's what they're talking about here. They said, oh, no, you can't go gay for a month. You can't just turn gay if you want to. Well, why can't you? Why can't I? Sure, you could be born gay, but I almost think it's more offensive to say being gay isn't a choice, right? That's more offensive. What are you saying? That if people did have a choice, there's certainly no way they would be this disgusting? You could only be born this crazy? To me, that's a big miss. You should be saying a lot of people are born gay, but it would be great if people wanted to become gay. Being gay is great. Why not? Why can't a straight person decide to be gay? I think it goes back some years back where they don't want to look like they're disgusting pervs or something like that. But why would we anymore? Maybe 10 years ago, they wouldn't want that. But now, shouldn't it be like, hey, if I want to turn gay, why can't I? If that offends you, then isn't that kind of anti-gay? So somebody needs to set me straight here. I don't understand why that's an offensive thing. You should definitely be able to say being gay is maybe you're born with it. Maybe it's how you were brought up. Maybe you want to be gay. Certainly, there are people who have decided to be gay. There has to be. There's people who've decided to do everything. You know what I mean? So to rule that out for this would be crazy. I don't know why they're so against that. That's the whole topic of discussion here. And if I were Logan, I would go, why is saying I want to go gay for a month? Why would that offend you? Why would that bother you at all? Okay, but Logan actually is way better than me at this. Wait till you see how Logan handles this. You're not going to believe it. It's shocking.
Of. And so when youth watch you and say, hey, Logan Paul made this joke, that's what kind of legitimizes bullying in school. I mean, because, I grew up, in a Southern Baptist household where I had this in elementary school on the playground. They would joke about, hey, this kid's gay or things like that. And that's what people could take from your comments. And that's why it was awful. And I think you two, especially, like when you heard Logan say
that's
this,
what I
you
would
should
say
also
if he was
step up
saying
to
this
say,
thing.
that's
Thank
not
you.
cool, bro. Like, I think we need to be accountable as men to each other to say, hey, this is not okay.
I agree.
Absolutely.
This is not
Did
okay.
you decide it was a joke?
Listen.
What?
Did you decide it was a joke?
Wait, listen to this. So remember, Logan's comment on his show, it was just some throwaway line where he goes, for the month of March, I'm going to go gay. And that was it. That's what they're all talking about. So listen to what Logan's asking him now. This is amazing.
Especially, like, when you heard Logan say this, you should also step up to say, that's not cool, bro. Like, I think we need to be accountable as men to each other to say, hey, this is not okay.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Did you decide it was a joke?
What?
Did you decide it was a joke?
For you? Over what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not think it was a joke at all. I don't think it is acceptable to make that kind of joke.
Do you think it's a joke?
What he said, do you think what he said was a joke?
No.
Was he?
I think
what he's asking is, do you think he was being humorous, or was he making a statement about an intention to actually?
I think he was trying to be humorous.
Okay.
Was he successful? No.
Okay.
Did you come to that conclusion yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I saw
The way this is shot, this is like an episode of The Office now, because it's shot with these quick pans and zooms. So this is crazy. And again, because these guys aren't self-aware, because they're so stupid, we're getting these moments. You're not seeing this kind of stuff anywhere else. A discussion like this. Watch this.
Did you come to that conclusion yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I saw the comments right away and I was like, this is not, I mean, that's just not okay. Like,
So if I want to hook up with dudes for a month in March, I can't do that?
Are you making that as a joke, or are you being legitimate? Like, if you are generally want to experiment with men, that's a different thing than saying, hey, I'm going to go gay for a month, making a joke. So if you're making a joke, that's one thing. If you're being serious and want to experiment with men, that's a completely different thing. And if you want to clarify that,
That's what I would love to do here, because that's where I feel like there's a gap somewhere here between what I said and what I tweeted back at Glad was this was a poor choice of words, because that's what it was. It was a very poor choice of words. I understand now that I've going gay is not a choice. That is not what I implied by saying that. That was what the narrative that was chosen that the media decided to run with. I've never thought that. I think who you are attracted to is innate to who you are. That is genetic, and that's that. I've thought that my whole life, and I've had arguments at length at this house about that. Like, plain and simple, that is what I believe. And by me saying I was going gay, horrible choice of words, because I understand you cannot just go gay. But if I want to experiment with men for a month during March, how would you describe that action?
It's experimentation. You're essentially maybe bi-curious and you want to explore your sexuality, and we need to support that. I mean, if that's what you're choosing to do is explore your sexuality, then we can have a discussion about that. And I mean, there's tons of support and resources out there to do so, because I know it's a very scary thing being a very public person to say, hey, I have this curiosity. I want to explore my sexuality, and we need to have a support system for that to happen. So
but it's not even scary to me, because like sexuality is so fluid nowadays. I don't think twice about talking about being gay. I don't give a shit. I don't think being gay is cool to me. I think that it's a very cool thing. It is incredibly courageous and noble if you are a gay person to come out and put your foot down and defy society and say, no, this is who I am. This is me. There is nothing more beautiful than being yourself. So I didn't think twice about it, because to me, sexuality is so fluid. Like, I don't care if he's gay, if she's gay, if he's bisexual, if he's gonna be a transgender. I don't give a fuck, dude. So that's why
I don't give a fuck.
This hurts me, because I am such a pro-gay dude. Like, what?
I mean, if you're being truthful that you really are planning to experiment with men next month or in February, then let's make that clear. I mean, because I think that you need to make that clear so that people
do I need to make that clear?
I think
is that up to me? Is that my decision?
It's absolutely your decision, but I think that you need to clarify whether or not it's a joke or not a joke.
So one thing that I saw quite a bit of.
Did you see that? Holy fuck. Look how they stop on his face there.
Is that up to me? Is that my decision?
It's absolutely your decision, but I think that you need to clarify whether or not it's a joke or not a joke.
So one thing
that is The Office. Holy shit, man.
I know
how
the
that went down
on the show rule.
So this is amazing, because he's doing this thing where he's gonna go, well, what if I'm telling the truth? What would you say then? And he's kind of not letting the secret out. Like, maybe I am gonna go gay for a month. Maybe that's the only way out of this calamity.
And this gay guy came on the show expecting to be like praised and apologized to.
Exactly.
Basically. So he's completely taken off guard.
Should I just let it play from here?
Yeah, this is the best part.
Okay, this is the best part, where there's a lot more. And I'm telling you, it doesn't end. The entire episode just goes, bro. It just keeps going. So we're just going to play you these clips here, but you should watch the whole thing. It's very funny.
I saw quite a bit of is that some of the gay community actually defended Logan and said, hey, it's the same as a straight person making, or a gay person making the comment that I'm going to go straight. So what's your opinion on that? I know it's different, obviously, because that community has been suppressed, but there is a large gay community that didn't get offended. They saw it as a joke. So I guess that's our learning lesson here, is figuring out, okay, well, that's a joke that crossed the line for some people. And I think that's what we're figuring out now.
And I think a lot of people that weren't offended by it kind of probably live in that bubble that, don't have the marginalized community that they live in. I mean, they come from a place of privilege. And I think that you need to understand that the gay community is marginalized. Like 87% of all LGBTQ students are bullied in school.
What?
And so
how do you have that number? 87% of students are bullied in school. 87% of gay students are bullied. How do you have that number? Seriously, where do you have that number from? That can't possibly be true.
And
in this
aren't
day.
87% of kids in general
Exactly.
bullied
That's what
at
I mean. It's
school?
like everyone's bullied,
By
so
one
they're
guy at
making
one
fun of him
time.
for being weird. You know what I mean? So you're going to tack that on? I believe that the gays have it made in the shade. And sure, there are a couple freaky deaky ones that are still getting that old school "you're disgusting" treatment, but it can't be enough to where you can't say I'm going to go gay for a month. That's off limits. A joke like that, oh, that's too sensitive. This gets better and better and better, and we even have a surprise guest on this show. I'm going to give it away. Joe Rogan is coming up on this episode. I'm not even kidding. Why is Joe Rogan involved in this? You're going to see. You're going to die. Let's watch more.
We just want to create that atmosphere where you don't have to be the biggest advocate in the world, but you just got to not be an asshole. And that's what we got to do is, and a great example of this is Family Guy phasing out their gay jokes right now, is that we just need to set the tone that it's not funny right now, especially in the entertainment industry. Speaking about GLAAD, they do a study every year about the acceptance of LGBT.
Why don't you have access to all these gays? Why don't you teach the gay kids to not let it bother them? You could do that privately and leave us out of it. Because otherwise, you're trying to lecture to the giant majority. Wouldn't it be easier to train the gays than it would be to train every single other person? So much easier. There's so many fewer gays. You could get the gays to there and go, listen, when they say stuff, do not listen. They don't know what they're talking about. Let it roll off your back. When you ban jokes like this, all you're doing is telling the gays, these jokes can hurt you. They can hurt. So we need to get rid of these jokes. We're working with you to get rid of these jokes, or we're not going to be safe. That just makes these words hurt even harder. So it would be way easier to train the gays to not give a fuck than it would to go around policing everybody else and telling them what is and isn't a joke. You know? I just don't understand why we can't try it the other way first. It would be easier. All right, let's continue.
People in America. And last year was at 54%. This year it's at 49%. So it's actually going down. And when we see trends like that in America, we need to step back and say, what are we doing to make America better?
Make America great again? Wow. Make America what? Better. Oh, so you're a Nazi.
This kind of trend. And I think saying it's a joke sets that kind of trend.
I think throughout
but I just want to make clear.
Yeah.
I did not say that was a joke.
Whoa.
That was the narrative that the media decided to run with because my name is Logan Paul.
Whoa.
So, are you trying to say that you're going to like explore your sexuality?
Who knows? If I want to in March, I'm going to fucking do it. If I want to hook up with dudes in March, I'm going to fucking do it.
He's a dope guy.
I am not on this train of, I'm worried about people think I'm gay or I'm straight. Again, I don't care. I think I said something, again, poor choice of words. And by the way, am incredibly sorry from the bottom of my heart for any implication that being gay is a choice.
Why?
I do not believe that. I think it is an innate who you are attracted to.
See, I would stop him right there. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there at all. I'd go, why can't you explain to me? I'd just ask, can I just explain to me why that offends you so much? Being gay is a choice. You know, if being gay, I thought you either have pride. You're either strong, powerful, prideful people, or you're not, you know? And if something like a comment like this, being gay is a choice, could bring you down to your knees, then maybe your pride parade shouldn't happen yet. Maybe don't start celebrating and throwing confetti in the air until you could handle these simple jokes, okay? Because you're celebrating a bit too soon, in my opinion. If being gay is a choice is enough to make a gay guy fall to the ground or jump off of a bridge, and then they want to say, oh, we're not, there's no mental problem. Oh, okay. No mental problem? Because you're killing yourselves when somebody says something is, you know, innocuous as being gay is a choice. So that sounds pretty fucking mental to me. I would say you're pretty unstable. Maybe no more parades until you get that under control.
Misspoke and used the word gay, a very charged word gay, interchangeably and mistakenly with a word like experiment or try out. And for that, genuinely am very sorry.
But I think also it's clear that you need to make clear, especially to the people that watch you, that this isn't a joke. That if you're truly going to experiment with men, you're not making fun of this process. Like, I'm taking a dude upstairs, like, and then make a funny vlog about it. Like, you need to be serious that this is like something that's going on in your life. Because if you, at the moment that you start making fun of the fact that you're taking a guy upstairs, that's where it crosses the line and becomes a joke.
I have a quick question.
Why can't it be a joke? Why? Because you get your feelings hurt? Suck it up. Man up. Suck it up like you do the semen. Here's this guy. Now I have, and then Big Mike comes in. I have a question, actually.
And a guy upstairs, that's where it crosses the line and becomes a joke.
I have a quick question on that. Are we just to make a clear blanket statement right now? Are we as a society at a point where we can say without fail that it is not okay for a straight person to make a joke about the gay community, about being gay, about experimenting with being gay? Like, I think as times have changed in America, we've seen certain jokes ruled out. We've seen things not be okay to joke about. Have we reached that point?
Absolutely not. I mean, like, if you watch Conan, he did a hilarious stunt where he went on Grindr.
So that was a great question. He goes, so are all gay jokes ruled out? Is that what you're saying? And he goes, absolutely not. And then he's going to tell a story about how Conan did almost the exact same thing as Logan Paul, but since they know Conan is nice, it's okay.
And that's why this show is great, is because Logan and Big Mike are dumb enough to keep arguing
Exactly.
these points that other people would
Nobody
just let
else would dare go near this
get
stuff.
away with.
Yeah, and remember, this is on a giant scale. Millions and millions of people are seeing this, and it gets news coverage. So it's better than when it's done on Gas Digital behind the scuzzy doors of an underground basement apartment.
Absolutely not. I mean, like, if you watch Conan, he did a hilarious stunt where he went on Grindr. I forget who he went on with, but he went on Grindr to find people, and it was hilarious. But he's there with the...
Conan went on Grindr to find gay guys as a joke. That's way worse than saying, I'm going to go gay for a month. But he thought that was hilarious because Conan is a friend of the gays. So this is really where they're coming. We're getting some insight, too, on where these offended people are coming from and why they allow certain people to do certain things. So they're just not allowing Logan to do the joke because they don't like Logan. Isn't that something?
Which is fine. But they should just admit it. That's basically how I judge
Don't
people.
say that it's offensive. Just say, well, we don't like you, so shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I mean, like, if you watch Conan, he did a hilarious stunt where he went on Grindr. I forget who he went on with, but he went on Grindr to find people, and it was hilarious. But he's there with a LGBT advocate, and it's funny. But he's not crossing a line where he's saying, "Hey, I can go gay for a month." Where you still have 35 states where gay youth conversion therapy is still okay.
No.
That's where the narrative of I can go gay for a month is problematic.
So him going on Grindr is him saying, I am okay with experimenting for a short period of time. Like,
he wasn't experimenting, but he was having fun with.
Why was he on Grindr?
They were trying to just show like how you can meet people on Grindr. It wasn't a hookup kind of concept.
But there was an implication there, right?
Yeah.
Like there was an implication that he was going to jokingly experiment as being...
Yeah, there was Brandon Mueller in the chat says, everyone keep an advocate close and you'll be okay. Yeah. We have a gay advocate right here. My cock. What do you think of that? How about that? That's why people, when they ask, I just go, I'm gay. What are they going to do? Look into my history? How do you know that I'm not gay? I fuck them all. Men, women, children, kids, blacks. I fuck them all. You're not racist if you fuck a black. You're not against Latinos if you fuck a migrant worker. And you're not against children if you hold them close to your hearts. So I like that. I like why, if you have a gay advocate with you, then you could get away with it. That was his excuse for Conan.
There was never an experimentation of like, hey, I'm going to go hook up with this guy.
Then why is he on Grindr?
Yeah, why wouldn't he use Tinder?
Well, I use Grindr all the time for not hooking up.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I travel through Europe, Grindr's a great way to meet people.
Just hear me out. But you're gay, obviously, and so it's the platform that makes sense for you. Why would he not use a Tinder or a Bumble where there's more of an opportunity to have straight?
He did too.
He did all of them.
Okay, so,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Okay.
I'm just wondering, and I hate to do this.
This is great.
This is
I
good.
really hate to do this,
Watch
but
this.
I do feel a bit like there's a pile of rocks on me, sort of, as you know. I have been at the center of public controversy. But I do feel like there's a magnifying glass on me now that I am trying to get out from underneath. And again, I hate to do this, but Joe Rogan said this on his podcast.
Watch this. This is amazing.
3 days ago? 3 days ago, which is after I said what I said.
Watch this. He pulls up a clip of Rogan like us.
Women are done with us, man.
Theo.
I feel like they're done. Do you feel like that?
I think it's a precarious time. A lot of chicks are probably going lesbo this week.
Oh, dude. I would
Especially
be
with Trump. I think the more days that the government is shut down, the more women are going to go lesbian. They're going to hate men so much because of Trump. They're just going to go gay.
But people
And
always
gay
say
people right now are going, that's not how it works.
Oh my God.
Remember what I said earlier about jokes?
But what's funny?
Not a single tweet about that.
Well, so one, I'm not the media. I'm not the person that's like putting you.
Did you see that? Holy fuck. He throws Rogan under the bus. And by the way, when Logan put this episode out, he invited the entire gay community to come watch. He goes, guys, because he got in this incident with the controversy. So he puts this out. And at the beginning of this video goes, I want everyone from the LGBTQT community to watch this. Please watch this whole podcast in full. I'm going to tell you my side of things. So they're all watching. And now he just threw Joe Rogan under the bus doing a way worse go gay joke there. And after he plays it, I love how he just goes, not a single tweet. So let's just watch that ending again. And Theo Vaughn, this is just great.
Remember what I said earlier about jokes?
But what's funny?
Not a single tweet about that.
Well, so one, I'm not the media. I'm not the person that's like putting you up here to say, hey, you did this wrong. But two, shame on you for trying to deflect your own actions. Like you're literally saying.
Shame on me?
Yeah, I mean, why?
Why?
Wow.
Why was there not a tweet about Joe
I don't
Rogan?
control their other tweets. I don't even know who he is.
I've
But like
no
you,
joke.
like you're deflecting from your own actions.
Not really.
You just said,
made
hey,
it
look at
very
this guy.
clear that I'm very sorry for any implication
my
that being
God.
gay is a choice. And I'm saying, where's the line drawn between like something?
See, like no one else at his level is stupid enough to do that while doing an apology. So you wouldn't see that anywhere else on this scale. Again, yeah, if this was just a small show, maybe, but this is huge. Okay. And it gets covered on like Access Hollywood the next night. So I thought that was amazing. And now he's in a fight with this gay guy.
choice. And I'm saying, where's the line drawn between like something I say and something another person
Shame
says?
on him
Because
too. Like I mean, you want me to get my Twitter out right now and shame him too? I'll do it.
no, I don't, because I don't
Yes,
believe in that. I don't
please.
believe in watching something. And the very first thought that enters my brain is, wow, what an asshole for
Or homophobic,
attacking, well,
yeah.
for our homophobic. Me being homophobic, brother, I've kissed many men.
Oh, no.
Whether it's on film, whether it's just fucking around in the vlogs, like, and this is why when I'm under attack for this whole thing, I'm sitting here like, do I tweet these pictures of me in like films kissing dudes in acting class? Like, what? Trying to like prove my gayness? No, that's not right. And that's weird. Which is this whole thing. Like, it hurts. So I want you to continue talking about this and why.
Look at Theo Vaughn on the
you're literally, your first thing was shame on you. And that's not what I asked you to do. I'm saying,
Oh my God.
Where is that? Does that offend you?
Yes, absolutely. It does. I mean, I said that first thing was that offends me too.
I listen.
Even though he clarified that it is a joke and gave it context.
Absolutely. I think at that point, like when you are making jokes like that, it's just not acceptable.
I think what Mike
Not
was saying is
acceptable.
he's trying to find a narrative. Okay, and you said it's not necessarily that time that we can't joke about these things. So if he's clarifying it's a joke, Logan was clearly not, trying to like defame anybody. So what's a reasonable way that we can still?
In the chat, they're going, gays suck. This bald guy is losing. So this is really making, now everyone's like, yeah, the gays are crazy, actually.
And everyone in Logan's comments is like, don't worry, Logan, we're
Yeah.
on your side.
Really? And remember how many kids Logan's reaching. So he's actually doing some heavy lifting for us kind of people right now, because I mean, we don't really have anyone that big, standing up for these old school types of jokes that we would like to continue to tell. And maybe there's a million kids growing up listening to Logan Paul are like, okay, hey, it is okay to make gay jokes again. This rules. Because their comment section is all on Logan's side. So it's kind of nice to have somebody do this again. You know, we thought really this was all going away, and we surely thought these types of people would be the first to fold, but they're not. So this is kind of great.
Joke about something, but not offend people, because everybody's going to get offended at something.
Exactly. And there's not a 1,000-page manual that I can write.
So if you know that, can't you be mature enough, Mr. Gay Guy, to go, yeah, I guess it's so silly. I don't know what's going on with me. I must be mentally unstable. I'm sorry, guys. That's the mature way to act. But instead, you're going to go, no, it's absolutely terrible, and there's no place for it.
It did offend me, yes.
But then you can't also, like, reasonably understand that point while saying there's no room for a joke. So this is making gays look kind of mentally ill, as Gavin McInnes once said.
Hey, you're going to do this joke, do this. Like, I'm not
It's
the expert on
context.
that. It's context. I think what you just said was an example of a bad context. Now, I mean, I believe you when you say that you're an advocate for the LGBTQ world. Like, I'm not here to crucify you at all.
Right.
And I believe that, your apology is genuine and you can be a great ally. And I think your actions should just back that up. But I'm not here to crucify anyone or anything. I'm just here to talk about how we can improve, the LGBTQ representation in entertainment and make it a better world.
Yeah. Just to go back really quick to the
shit.
Rogan thing. On your point of like deflecting, he's obviously apologized. I don't think he's trying to deflect. I think what he's trying to do is bring up an example of this train that is run against him, right? And so and not
It's not even only against me.
Listen, but let me finish this point. When all of this stuff broke, there was 100,000 tweets. There was big press pickup. There was stuff all over the internet. Everyone was talking about it. And so me and Logan went back and we said, like, man, this video's got to have millions of views on it now. We went back and there was probably 10,000 new views on it. And so what that immediately said to me was, people are seeing this headline, Logan Paul makes jokes about gays, and immediately hitting retweet. This kid cannot be trusted. This kid is, and so I think there's a combination here of doing something that was unacceptable, but also going out and sharing news, sharing headlines before waiting on the most important thing, which is him giving some sort of feedback or clarity on what he meant, or digging in a little bit and seeing that he's kissed men or had plenty of gay people on the show in the past, or in his vlogs, or we're surrounded by gay people constantly. So I had 2 people reach out to me after the show and they said, hey, I'm seeing these headlines right now. Like, I'm kind of upset. Can you clarify? He has a large audience, so they can't do that. But I got the ability to go and tell those people, hey, man, like, listen, you know me in real
Big
life.
Mike.
You know I love you and I accept you. This was a mistake where words were said interchangeably where they shouldn't have been. But, like, he feels very attacked. And I even felt it on this one where people get into this group think and this mob mentality, And so
I'm just wondering, does a poor choice of words, a way I misspoke because of my ignorance on the subject.
And let me say this real quick. Yeah. Like, even when I was prepping for this interview, I completely said that to other people when I was prepping for this. I don't think anything you did was malicious. I just think it was ignorance.
I mean, of course it wasn't malicious, and of course it was ignorant. Yeah. But does that warrant 140,000 people telling me to go kill myself? Instead of going gay for a month, can Logan Paul go away forever? 51,000 likes.
Logan, no.
Is there something? I'm missing something here.
Well, I think he didn't say kill. Gus,
Not on that.
What does go away? What does go away forever mean to you?
No, Logan, no. Don't do it.
There are people who have said kill yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get that too. I mean,
all right, there it was. Again, watch the rest of this. That's only halfway. We showed you about 22 minutes of it. Jesus Christ. A wonderful episode, and it keeps building. That tension never goes away. I told you this podcast was going to rule. It is better. It's better than Cumia, better than Melton. I know that's not hard to do, but it is getting good. It's going gay.